freeracingtips.co.uk. My name's Thomas Rooney. Once again, we're joined by the man that responds to the name, Joe Rooney. We're going to be looking ahead to the weekend's racing and also looking back at how we got on in the week just gone. So let's get cracking on what should be a really exciting week of racing. Okay, as mentioned, we're going to look back at sort of how we got in the last week or so. First up, we're going to split it into two bits again, sort of little earners and premium tips, but you should see all the details for our tips of the last week or so coming across your screen now. But as we said, we'll split up into a couple of little sections, and Joe's going to kick us off by looking at the little earners.
Yeah, it was mainly place finishes that got us some money in this week in terms of our little earners. Highlight has to be Tevez on Monday, which was placed at 5 to 1. And we recommended it at 7 to 1, so some good value for money there. Yeah, and it's all about our premium tips though, as we've mentioned before. We always love to see sort of how these get on. And this week we had a decent win at Hamilton with Mandy Layla winning, and this was priced at 7 to 4, so a good pick for a winner there. Yeah, and just remember that our premium tips are password protected on the site in order to maintain the value of the odds. And you can get a password free of charge by just simply going to our website, which is freeracingtips.co.uk.
Okay, so we've looked back and logically we now need to look forward. So we're going to look at the week's racing that's coming up. Lots of stuff going on, so let's do this. Okay, so as promised, we're going to look ahead to the week of racing, and we're going to begin by looking at Royal Ascot, a couple of races from what many consider as sort of the pinnacle of the British sporting summer. Lots of people looking forward to it, us included. It runs from the 19th of June to the 23rd of June next week, so Tuesday to Saturday. And we'll have a more detailed look at kind of the bigger races sort of next week, but for now we're going to look at two early races. They're both on Tuesday, and we're going to start with the Queen Anne Stakes. Yeah, you should see plenty of information about this race coming across your screen now. Hopefully all the information is helpful for you and worth taking note of. One thing to mention now is that this is the first race of Royal Ascot, so there's no huge significance in this one. Yeah, and if we take a look at the betting, obviously got Frankel is the overwhelming favourite, and the term overwhelming favourite is used so many times in horse racing, but it's never had more meaning than it has for Frankel sort of next week. Available as short as 1 to 8 for this race, and the Sir Henry Cecile's trained horse could actually make history as well by being the shortest priced winner at Royal Ascot for 30 years. And so in terms of not great value in backing this horse, but if you want a winner, this is a red hot horse that is the overwhelming favourite, as we say. Yeah, as you say, Frankel, big favourite for this one, and it seems to be a case of sort of and the rest for this, I think. So leading the way for the contenders is X Celebration, which is available at 5 to 1. It's an Aidan O'Brien trained horse and has actually lost to Frankel the last 4 times. So 5th time lucky, I think, is the same we use this one. Something similar for that, isn't it? We've also then got Strong Suit available at 10 to 1, but we've got an interesting one at 12 to 1. It's the Aidan O'Brien's So You Think. And it was a late entry, so it's sort of a fascinating sort of change of heart from O'Brien, and it's many looking forward to sort of the New Zealand-born thoroughbred taking on Frankel. It should be a fantastic battle between these two, but obviously, as you say, Frankel is the overwhelming favourite. And on that note, Joe's going to tell you about our tip.
Yeah, bookmakers clearly a bit scared of Frankel, and the most highly rated horse is our tip for this race. Can't really look beyond it. But however, we think an each way bet on Strong Suit is also good for a bit more value.
Okay, next up is another Royal Ascot meeting. It's after the Queen Anne Stakes. It's the King's Stand Stakes. Another one everyone is looking forward to, and it would be nice to you again with lots of information coming across your screen, which hopefully you'll find helpful and take note of for your betting tips for this weekend. But Joe's going to kick us off by looking at the contenders.
Yeah, Bated Breath is a favourite at 5 to 1 at the moment, and actually beat the Temple Stakes record at Haydock last month. Nothing like as short as favourite as Frankel is, as we know, but still much fancied in this fascinating race.
Yeah, there's plenty of rivals for Bated Breath though. Sort of as we said for the previous race, Frankel was overwhelming favourite, no one really contending possibly, but that's not the case in this one. There's lots of contenders. This includes WizKid at 6 to 1. It's kind of part of the international flavour that you have for this race. It won get this pronunciation right, but it won the Prix de Gros Chêne for the 2nd year running this year. And the Robert Collin trained horse has massive potential, and it's just all about whether the improvements that are needed come in place for this race. So it'll be fascinating to see.
Yeah, then we've got the likes of Soul Power, who's available at 8 to 1. This horse is looking to really show its true colours in this King's Stand Stakes. Trainer Edward Lynham believes more encouraging signs being showed of late, and that consistency really is the key.
Yeah, you've got others available sort of in and around the sort of the 8 to 1 mark. You've got All 10 Easier is available at 8 to 1. You've also got Little Bridge as well, kind of in and around that value. But we've got a quick mention here for two available at 14 to 1. You got last year's Winners Prohibit, 14 to 1, decent value sort of for a 20th for a second year running. It could happen. And you've also got Joy and Fun, who experienced the Ascot track, you know, really could come to the fore again. We shall see. And on that note of Joy and Fun, we're going to speak to Joe about that one.
Yeah, speaking of Joy and Fun, the 9-year-old is our pick for these King's Stand Stakes. Good value and an encouraging win at Sha Tin in February. Likely to have the edge, we think, in this very competitive field.
Okay, finally, so our no questions asked section. We look at a couple of races for this weekend on this occasion, because obviously we looked at Royal Ascot, which is next week, but you can't have a weekend without any sort of betting on horse racing, can you? So we've got a couple of races, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. We've just got a no questions asked bet, and we're going to begin with the Bond Tyres Trophy. This takes place on Saturday the 16th of June. It's one of the most competitive sprint handicaps around, certainly this time of year, and our tip is Top Cop at 11 to 1, just for the name.
Yeah, next up is Prix de Diane, otherwise known as the French Oaks, if you struggle to pronounce that like myself. It's on Sunday the 17th of June, a race inspired by the English Oaks, and our pick is Kissed at 4 to 1.
Okay, yeah, and just before we leave you this week, just another reminder about our sister site. It's freefootytips.co.uk. They've also got a special Euro 2012 Predictor Challenge going on at the moment. Lots of free bets available, courtesy of William Hill. So go to freefootytips.co.uk for the latest on that one. But for us at freeracingtips.co.uk, obviously make sure you check out the site, and also we've got the Facebook page as well, which is facebook.com/freeracingtips. It's all for the tips from our members and tips from ourselves. That's it for this week. We hope you get on okay. Enjoy Royal Ascot. We'll definitely speak to you more about that next week. Have a good weekend.
Okay, just to recap for this week, on the 16th of June we've got the Bond Tyres Trophy, we've got Top Cop at 11 to 1. Also on the 16th of June we've got the Prix de Diane, we've got Kissed at 6 to 1. On the 19th of June we've then got the Queen Anne Stakes, we've got the overwhelming favourite of Frankel at 1 to 8. Then also in this Queen Anne Stakes race we've got an each way tip, Strong Suit at 10 to 1. Then also part of Royal Ascot on the 19th of June we've got King's Stand Stakes, we've got Joy and Fun at 14 to 1.